Why? That's actually a very real question because we saw an absurd amount of liquidations yesterday. I think it was 1.7 billion in 24 hours. And that's retail. That's retail from across the world. And this is why I tell you guys, especially now, like this is the thing. I don't have an issue with using leverage. Like I like to use leverage on occasion. I've been using leverage. Like I understand the risk. But in this type of market, when we have the institutions in, when we're having a low supply of Bitcoin available, and that's another common question. Will the Bitcoin supply run out? It could. There's a lot of different things that could happen, but you don't want to give your Bitcoin back to the market. You don't want to sell unless that's what you have in your trading and investing journal, because companies like Blackrock are buying it up, and they're buying so because they have clients to appease. MicroStrategy is buying Bitcoin up as well. A lot of companies are. And it's going to be this big thing where we see these massive companies with endless capital buying Bitcoin. And remember, Bitcoin is a finite asset. So be very, 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 very cautious with what you do. Do not give your crypto back to the market. I'm WendyO. I talk everything crypto every day. To get more, subscribe, set alerts, and drop me a comment. But we're going to get into it. There's some XRP news. I think there's might be some drama with some of the Dino coins. We'll go ahead and take a look at that. But first, we have to give a shout out to our channel members. Shout out to CIPHER. Thank you so much for saying that. I can't pronounce it properly, so I'm not going to, but back at you. To Mixing, my producer, to Mr. R, to Mr. D, to John Legend, and to Giovanni. Hola. And Miss Julie. But let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get into it. All I see is millionaires where made Bitcoin drop to 16,000 and jump to 80,000 because you're not looking properly. That's why. And you have a closed mind. That generally makes sense. Expand your mind. Expand your mind. We're going to talk about Willow too. We're going to talk about the quantum computing and why that's not an issue right now. But we're also going to talk about how BlackRock can be involved with that, because they could essentially fork Bitcoin and do some weird stuff. So we'll get into that. I'm loving my new little setup here. It's a cute little setup. I changed the room around a little bit. I'm going to change it around again. But let's get into it. Let's first take a look at the crypto markets, and then we'll talk about BlackRock and the news and all kinds of stuff. Chicken bone broth, gang. I need that protein. So everything is pretty much down. Floki is down 21%. Rune, Bonk, DOT, DYDX, Sand. Everything is down about 20% across the board. And that's okay. Made a video for you guys talking about it yesterday, and realistically, we could see $89,000. We could, and that's not a bad thing. Not a bad thing any way, shape, or form. This was a potential scenario I had drawn, and it's not super accurate, but I mean, it's not really inaccurate. But who knows? We'll see. And again, the move down to about $89,000 is not, or back down there is not too out of touch if you look at it. Now, when we go to this chart over here, I went ahead and I did some levels. This is the weekly on MarketCypher, okay? And with MarketCypher, we have the red dot, generally indicates downward movement. The weekly does take a longer time to play out, but we're not really too far away from $89,000. If we break down below $89,000, we have weekly support at $80,000 and then at about $73,000. These would be your target areas. I need us to sustain above $89,000. If that doesn't work, it's going to happen. I'm not selling my Bitcoin. I'm not using leverage with my Bitcoin. I am just chilling. The daily is also looking a little bit bearish. The 4 hour is looking a little bit bearish as well, that we might kind of bottom out in this area. Now, the entire market is tanking. Looking at Ethereum. Ethereum dumped hard, and we even got, on this week, we got a swing low to $3,500. Is it over? No. We'll go back up. It's going to take some time. Ethereum had a really nice climb, but we're having a bit of a correction. We could see $3,000 again if Bitcoin has a gnarly dump. Am I bearish? No. Short term, maybe, but I don't really care because long term, we are all going to make it. Now, taking a look at the 4 hour looks like we found a local bottom at about 3,500, 3,576, which is good. So we'll see if we can sustain. If not, I would look to about 3,200 over here. As far as Solana goes, we might get to buy our Solana at under $200 because we've got support here at 194. And this is going to be the 4 hour chart. This is just the first thing that I saw when I opened it. 194 looks nice. It does. Because we're actually breaking down below 210 over here on Solana. So this little area for us to essentially consolidate in between 194 and 210 looks nice, in my personal opinion. XRP, she's dropping. I didn't want to see us drop below 195, but it's looking like we are. So we also need to pay attention to 140. So you might get a really nice correction with XRP, be able to add more. We'll kind of see what happens. So that's what's going on with the markets. I do want to show you guys the liquidations because most of you have no business using leverage. However, if you want to use leverage, I've got my codes. I've got my codes. I've got FEMEX, and I have, I'm not saying it's happening. I didn't call for it. I said that's a potential target. That's a potential target. Anyways. This is what the liquidations look like. We almost hit 1.8 billion in liquidations. In the last 24 hours, 1.75 billion. Woo, I got some light on me. Most of these were long. And there's a saying in crypto, do not long resistance, do not short support. But the amount of longs liquidated is atrocious. And also the Magic Eden token launched today. You would need to use a VPN, download their app, and you can claim your Magic Eden tokens. But apparently people are shorting this or long. You guys have fun with that. But a lot of liquidation, most of the liquidations were with Ethereum, which was interesting. And to me, it's weird because why would you long Ethereum? Or I don't know. Why is there more Ethereum liquidations? I have no idea. Anyways, you guys have fun with that. But this is dumb. This is just dumb. The amount of liquidations are atrocious. This is like an all-time high. This is like an award you get for being of mentally diminished capacity. Because it's just ridiculous. It really, 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 really is ridiculous. Also, too, there's exchanges that might be running out of Bitcoin. So we'll talk about all that stuff. But anyways, that's what's going on with the crypto market. So make sure to smash the like and thank you for being here. But just be careful, guys. Like, I don't understand why we're doing the leverage stuff. Be cautious. Be careful. Let's get into it. Shout out to Marks for the $4.99 super chat. We have 412 people here. Who else? All right, let's get into it. More news. Let's talk about Blackrock. What's going on? Blackrock. So this is Cointelegraph. This is a story by them. ETF flows. BlackRock's IBIT bought 398.6 million worth of Bitcoin on December 9th. IBIT is on a 7-day inflow streak, totaling over $3.14 billion. If you don't know what an inflow is, have no fear. I got you. An inflow is when money's coming into the market. IBIT just passed 50 billion in assets under management, and that took around 230 days. 5 times faster than any ETF. So while you guys are selling your Bitcoin, smart money is buying it. Is it just BlackRock buying it? Not necessarily, but they're holding on to it and they can do whatever they want with it. So is this shocking? No. Is it insane? Yes. Did we allow this to happen? Yes. Hey, but at the end of the day, here we are. So with that being said, if you don't have to sell your Bitcoin, don't. If you got to take profit, do it. You're here to improve the quality of life of you and your families, but we are seeing a major shift of Bitcoin leave the hands of retail and go to these institutions. And yes, it's the ETF people. And yes, they have to buy this for their clients. But at the same time, this is what's really happening. And it's a bit scary. It's interesting. Now, the next story, let's get into over here. Crypto crumbles in a broad sell-off led 20% declines across numerous altcoins. We knew this was happening. When Bitcoin dumps, altcoins dump. It is what it is, okay? It is what it is. It's not a big deal. It's not something that should be shocking to you. It just happens. When Bitcoin dumps, altcoins dump. Better to hold Ethereum or sell? That's a personal choice, honey. 10 times research predicts a brief consolidation phase before the bull market resumes. QCP Capital expects sideways price action until year end as traders take profit and reposition for 2025. This is actually a good take, and it makes sense because we have taxes to pay. I do, at least I pay my crypto taxes. Again, you guys should pay your crypto taxes. If you're not paying your crypto taxes, I don't know what to tell you. Taxes are a scam and the Fed, but we have to pay them. Now, with that being said, a lot of people are rebalancing their portfolios. Traditional finance is very, very well known for this. So it makes complete sense, and people are figuring out their taxes, all that stuff. We're currently working on it. We normally file our tax. Well, I file my taxes late. We always ask for extension and all that, but this year we're doing it like the first month or so, the first quarter, and getting it done. So we're kind of positioning things for that. And that's what it kind of could be also too. Again, and I've said this multiple times, Trump is a pro-crypto president, but quarter one of 2025 might be a bit uncertain as to what exactly is going to happen when he is in office. And it's not that I'm saying negative things about it. It's just we don't really know, because a lot of people are expecting crypto to be dealt with like this. But in reality, we have insanity happening across the world. And that's probably not the first thing that needs to be dealt with. Okay. Now let's get into the next story over here. And my buddies over at Altcoin Daily, they posted this. This is basically Michael Saylor convinces Dave Portnoy that Bitcoin is better than SafeMoon using metaphors. And that's cute. I'm happy for them. We're not going to play it because why not? But if you guys don't remember, this is the lore behind it. Dave Portnoy, he bought SafeMoon instead of Bitcoin last year. And he got wrecked. I think SafeMoon ended up, they got sued or they got in trouble. Something happened. I don't really know what happened. But they basically got in trouble. And the interesting thing about it is that Dave got wrecked. He's good at sports betting, but he's not good with Bitcoin. If he just would have bought and held Bitcoin, he would have done so much better. And there's a lesson here. Again, I'm not one of these crazy people that are like, you need to buy Bitcoin and never sell it. I'm one of these people that you buy Bitcoin to improve the quality of your life, and you figure out what it is you want to do with it. You figure out what you want to do with it, because you never know. You never know where it's going to go. Shout out to Steady User. Can price go up now? I don't think so, sweetie. I don't think so. We're getting there. Also, too, you guys, if you want to know more about the Magic Eden airdrop, Alpha Gamer is talking to people about it. It's live. You got to use a VPN, download the app and claim it, but also be very, very, very careful, because there's a lot of scams out there. Be very cautious what you click. Shout out to all the new users, new people over here. Eric too is another good one to follow, because he's deep in the game with that, with the Magic Eden thing. Anyways, let's keep going because we got more news. This next story, we're going to listen to this. This is Michael Saylor, and this is from Mr. Eric Trump, and he is over at I think the Abu Dhabi Binance thing, or I think so. I'm not 100% sure. But let's listen to this clip, because if we have people like, and this is why I say, hear what these people saying, listen to yourself and figure out what it is you want to do. These people are not going to be talking like this publicly about Bitcoin if they don't have heavy bags. Okay. And this is why you should probably have a little bit of Bitcoin.
I can tell you a lot of eyes were opened when Bitcoin hit 100,000. And I can tell you a hell of a lot more eyes are going to be opened when Bitcoin hits 1 million. And I'm confident it's going to hit 1 million. I think we're all confident in this room that it's going to hit 1 million. I can tell you.
There you have it. The fact that we have this gentleman over here, Eric Trump, talking about Bitcoin hitting $1 million should tell you all you really need to know. Should tell you all that you really need to know. We are going to get a Bitcoin strategic reserve. And again, part of the Trumps. So if you don't hear what these people are saying and paying attention, I don't know what to tell you. I really, 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 really don't, because things are going to get hectic. Will Bitcoin hit $1 million this year? No. Will it hit it in 2025? Probably not. Will we see close to 200,000 in 2025? Maybe. And I hope so. But I do believe that we will see $100,000 Bitcoin. I do. Anyways, with that being said, we have a partner on the O Show today. Thank you so much to the Bliss Network for partnering with the O Show. Everything crypto every single day. Partners allow us to continue to do what we're doing, and we appreciate them. So thank you so much, Bliss. And Bliss is making nodes easy to run. Nodes are usually complicated and costly to run. And we partner with Bliss, who make it easy to start earning rewards with nodes. They're taking DePIN mainstream with the world's first shared computer. It's fully decentralized community power ecosystem. If you operate a node, you're able to delegate your unused compute power and help run the network. Bliss uses a network of everyday devices to support AI projects and high-demand computing tasks. This means AI development isn't just in the hands of big companies. By harnessing the power of millions of personal devices, Bliss makes AI more accessible and open for people to build. You can help power the apps and tools you use every day and get rewarded for it. If you're interested, you may download the Bliss browser extension and get started. If you're interested, again, join their communities, ask questions, follow them on their social. And this is a mix of AI. And this is showing you how AI is improving your quality of life. Reason being, a lot of people think AI can destroy jobs, which it can. But if you use AI via Bliss Network, you are able to actually kind of like give up your unused computing power, and AI takes control of it for you. So they make it easy. Again, Bliss Network, thank you so much. The links are in the bio if you guys are interested in a node or interested in seeing what Bliss is doing. Thank you so much. Now, since we're talking about different things like that, let's get into this next story over here. And make sure you guys smash a like and support me in the channel. It means a lot. Eric and Gamer both staked some of the Magic Eden rewards for staked some of their rewards. I hope y'all took profit. I know they did. Yeah, shout out to Callie and thank you to Bliss Network. So we're going to talk about El Salvador because Mr. President Bukele is an absolute Chad. Couple things that happen. America is in a recession and El Salvador finds trillions of dollars of gold. El Salvador has discovered 3 trillion in unmined gold. Remember when the IMF was giving El Salvador problems? Remember that? When they wanted to make Bitcoin legal tender? Well, El Salvador has a lot of gold that they just found. 3 trillion to be exact. I don't know what the GDP is over at El Salvador. I just know that things are just going very, very well for Mr. Bukele, for President Bukele of El Salvador. Made Bitcoin legal tender. They're using 100% geothermal energy from volcanoes to mine it, so it's not dangerous to the environment. It's not even dangerous prior to that. People are just crazy in America. They've made an insane amount of unrealized profit, unrealized gains with their Bitcoin holdings. They're doing the best to improve the quality of life for their people, and now they found all this gold. It's also interesting timing because El Salvador to change Bitcoin law as part of new IMF deal. IMF has always been a very, very nasty critic of El Salvador, Mr. Bukele, and it bothers me because he seems to do right by his people. What to know in this? El Salvador may soon strike a deal with the IMF. The agreement would reportedly involve El Salvador making Bitcoin acceptance among Salvadorian merchants voluntary instead of compulsory. El Salvador stands to gain access to $3.3 billion in loans from the IMF, World Bank, and Interdevelopmental Bank. I do agree with the IMF here, in which you'll never really hear me say that, but I don't think it should be I don't think merchants should be forced to accept Bitcoin. I think that they should be able to pick if they want to or not. Either way, I feel like Bukele is doing good things for the people of El Salvador. I don't live there. I've talked to people that do live there and they have family there because I do go outside, but they do like what he's doing. And things are going to get really interesting, in my opinion, with El Salvador. We're talking about El Salvador, even though this isn't really Bitcoin related. It kind of is, but it's not, because they have done a Bitcoin strategic reserve so well. And everybody wants to get money from each other, so why not? And also we have this gentleman over here, Mr. Max Kaiser. I'm not going to let him talk because he's said mean things about me on the internet. But whatever. He says Bitcoin FOMO has reached nation state level. Good for him. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the work that they've done in El Salvador. Awesome. Michael Saylor over here says, we are running out of Bitcoin. CZ posted, there will be only 21 million Bitcoins to ever exist. 19.8 Bitcoins have been mined, controlled by math. Running out of Bitcoin. And this is true. Because when we talk about Michael Saylor, we go down to his little, his page over here. MicroStrategy currently owns 423,650 Bitcoin. That is a small percentage of all of Bitcoin. Well, not really, but do you see what I mean about companies? You see what I mean? And also, all these companies like Blackrock and Vanguard and JP Morgan, whatever, they all do practice the big circle thing. And they're all shareholders in each other's companies. Now, let's talk a little bit about quantum computing and AI. The CEO of Google and Alphabet dropped this tweet. Introducing Willow, our new state-of-the-art quantum computing chip with breakthrough that can reduce errors exponentially as we scale up using more qubits. Cracking a 30-year challenge in the field. In benchmark tests, Willow solved a standard computation in less than 5 minutes that would have taken leading supercomputer over 10 to 25 years, far beyond the age of the universe. So basically, there's a big problem in crypto. Everyone's like, oh my God, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Let's go ahead and read some of the tidbits over here and the notes, because again, I'm not a tech savvy person, but don't worry about your Bitcoin and crypto yet. We're still a little far off, but it is coming. It halves error rates while scaling up qubits. People have been trying to do this for 30 years. Willow contains 105 qubits. This is the important part. Far below estimated 13 million needed to break Bitcoin's encryption in 24 hours. So a qubit needed to hack Bitcoin, get into Bitcoin, break Bitcoin's encryption, which is backed by math, needs 13 million. And Willow has 105. So we're a bit ways off, but it's still something to consider. Now, a crypto threat concerns. Tech expert Kevin Rose, over here, assures Willow is not a threat yet. David Marcus stresses his urgency for post-quantum cryptography advances. Vitalik proposed Ethereum could mitigate quantum risk through hard fork and wallet software updates, ensuring minimal disruption. Vitalik's already got a lot on his plate over here. A lot on his plate. Google CEO says Willow marks progress towards practical quantum computing applications, including drug discovery, fusion energy, and battery design. There's other things I would wish that we can see happen with quantum computing, but it's, we're still a ways away. And Ben Sigmund posted this. He says that Bitcoin encryption cannot be, is not a threat, or excuse me, he said that Google Willow Quantum versus Bitcoin encryption is not a threat. He says Bitcoin relies on two types of encryptions. ECDSA 256, vulnerable to Shor's algorithm, but cracking it will require over 1 million quid bits. Willow's 105 isn't even close. SHA 256, even tougher, requires a different approach. Grover's algorithm and millions of physical quid bits to pose a real threat. Bitcoin's cryptography remains safe for now. And I appreciate this. So this is something to take into consideration. Also, too, it was Blockchain Boy that said it, Lucas. He said, when I was at Blackrock, just changes, forks Bitcoin or does whatever. So there's interesting things that can happen. There's risks with everything. There's risk with gold, there's risk with cash, etc. And this is a risk to Bitcoin, but it's not an urgent risk in my opinion. Eric, I actually want to get your take on this because I know you're a Bitcoin guy. Also, too, shout out to Raider. He woke up. He's here. And we have a poll at the top because it looks like Ambient Nature said polls are annoying. So we have a poll at the top. Did you get liquidated? 81% said no. 81% said no. Anyways, we have 700 people watching. You guys are freaking amazing. Smash the likes. We need more likes. I should have at least 569 likes. Seriously. If you guys want to become a channel member, it's like $3 or something. I don't know. But I'm not really concerned about the quantum computing yet. Eventually, maybe, but not today. Not today. Now, this next story. This is the drama. With Avalanche. So apparently there was drama with Avalanche. Hold on, where's my notes? Avalanche founder suggests freezing Satoshi's Bitcoin holdings to protect against quantum attacks. This is a wild take. We also have got some more titty bitties to cover too, so stick around for that. We've got an XRP thing. I think HBAR too. Anyways, so Ava Labs founder proposes freezing Satoshi's Bitcoin due to vulnerability in quantum computing attacks. If quantum computing is a combination of computer science, physics, and mathematics that utilize quantum mechanics to solve complex problems faster on classical computers. Satoshi's Bitcoin were mined using something called P2PK format, which exposes public keys and could be exploited by quantum computers, according to the founder. The proposal suggests a sunset date to freeze coins in P2PK format. He believes quantum attacks are still years away, but acknowledges some risk to Bitcoin keys during the transactions. I appreciate this take, but at the same time, Bitcoin is supposed to be censorship resistant. So it's a big it's like a conflict of interest. So basically he's talking about getting Satoshi's coins and freezing them. Which is the opposite of Bitcoin's ethos. It's a little bit wild. A little bit wild. A little bit wild. So I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts? I don't really like, this is kind of a wild take. But we're still so far away. Eric said the more nodes, the more decentralized and the harder it is to track Bitcoin. Okay, cool. Oh, Hayes, get in Wendy's X subs for more alpha. No, it's another one that we dropped. But I don't know how I feel about that in the quantum computing. I think it's kind of weird that he said that. I still hold Avalanche. I love Avalanche. Got a big old bag. But at the end of the day, I don't know if we're ready for that yet, that conversation yet. But hey, why not? It's still a good conversation to have. Now, vocal Ethereum researcher Max Resnick jumped ship to join Solana. Ooh, some drama, some tea. So basically, he left Consensus to join ANZA, which is a Solana-focused software development firm. He is a former head of research at Consensus Special Mechanisms Group, criticized Ethereum's Layer 2 scaling strategy. Good for him. I criticized it too. He has been advocating for a base layer scaling like Solana. Holy cow. You know what? And this is good. I'm glad that he's doing it. I'm glad that he left because I don't understand why Ethereum didn't do that. Instead, like, I don't like the layer 2s. Yes, I hold Polygon Matic, but I don't like layer 2s. I don't. Bridging and swapping and doing this and going from chain to chain to chain. Also, too, if you want an easy platform to go cross-chain, to swap, to do whatever it is you want to do for private transactions, silent swap. Love to see it. Moral of the story is, though, I think that Ethereum would have been better off if they did a base layer 1 approach like Solana. It makes more sense. Makes more sense. So I don't really have an issue with that. I don't. Good for him. All right. So apparently, there was a hit piece on Cardano. Basically, Crypto Town Hall said that Cardano is doing a massive unlock, which is untrue. Charles H. popped in and was like, went off, which is good. He should have, because there's no unlocks with Cardano. Now we're going to get into some degeneracy. So hold on to your chonies. So AI16Z has flipped GOAT, just like we wrote up. This is from DAO's Fun. We have talked to you guys about A16 and DAO's.fun and all types of stuff every single Sunday on the show. Like, we called it almost when it launched. I think we talked about it to you. AI16Z at like a $5 million mark. Or was it? What was it, Raider? What was it? I forgot. But we talked to you guys about this. Anyways, if you don't know what it is, AI16Z is a DAO that acts as a hedge fund. People invest in the DAO, and the AI agent uses the funds to invest, blah, 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 blah. GOAT is a meme coin created by an AI agent called Truth Terminal. After conversations with other AI models, it decided to create the token. It was the first pump fund coin to hit 1 billion, but it looks like AI16Z, they flipped GOAT. So if you got in, when we talked about it, congratulations. Anything that I think like 95% of the stuff we talked about on the Sunday stream is in profit. Anyways, there's that. But yeah, shout out to GOAT. Let's see. This is a coin over here. Let's go to the daily. Market cap is 625 million. If you guys aren't paying attention to the AI stuff, you need to be. And then the GOAT is at 527 million. So yeah. Now let's talk about XRP drama with Mr. Brad Garlinghouse. It looks like him and Stark. Oh, we talked about AI16Z at 20 million. DGen AI at 5 million. Ha ha ha, but everything is up. It's not all up, especially with meme coins. We need to make an Excel spreadsheet, Raider. Anyways, Brad Garlinghouse went the F off. Brad Garlinghouse went off. John Reed Stark tried to clap back. And this is a wonderful thing. So shout out to Brad Garlinghouse. Let's go ahead and do the titty bitties for you guys. So John Reed Stark responded to Garlinghouse criticism of 60 Minutes. He just needs to stop. He was the same guy that oversaw Enron and all kinds of stuff. John basically disagrees with Brad with the XRP army, and says that the crypto will create a bright future, or crypto will not create a bright future. He said the SEC crypto enforcement program should and will stop it in its tracks, including SEC's appeal of Ripple's enforcement action, emphasizes the need to respect election results and supports Trump's crypto regulatory stance, calls for the SEC to stop all crypto investigations and litigations under the administration, rejects Gensler, Averill Schill, never met him, supports Paul Atkins, the next chair, believing he could be the greatest in history, does acknowledge Ripple's successful political strategy and election victory. Garlinghouse went off on him. Good for Brad. Basically criticized John for echoing Gensler's false statements about crypto, such as no licensure, no utility, and all tokens are security. XRP is not a security on the secondary market. And crypto facilitates crime. Cash facilitates crime. Anything can facilitate crime. So it's BS. Basically, the claims are provably false and should have been fact-checked by 60 Minutes. And they weren't. So 60 Minutes did a bad job, but we all know that the media is now dead. We all know that mainstream media does not provide accurate information, and you guys come to people like myself to get some real alpha on what is happening with the world. And as always, people like myself, I think it's good for you to watch people like myself, people that are different than me. And I think it's more important, more importantly, I think it is very, very, very important for you to watch other creators that have a different perspective than you, because then you can learn something. Because mainstream media is dead, honey. That hit piece on 60 Minutes just did it for the crypto community. We're done. This is the fun post of the day. Brad Garlinghouse, says crypto made its debut on 60 Minutes, and then Ripple posted this lock-in, which is really, really cute. So we love to see it. Anyways, you guys, that is the show for today. I appreciate we had like 800 people here. It makes me very happy. I've got to work on my next content piece for you because there's some very interesting news that came out we didn't get a chance to cover today. But we will. Make sure you guys have alerts set for 3 p.m. PST. Sending you guys love and light. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Like, comment, boost the views. Thank you so much. Bye. Bitcoin to the moon. Bye, babies.